Greetings, this is Angelo from LionLikeMessenger, and the message for today is radical simplicity. Now, radical simplicity, what could that mean? You hear the term radical and simplicity. Well, going into Q4 of 2020, going into 2021, we already know in advance back this time last year, where we had all these different goals and maybe they were were of such a complexity that they did not allow for any wiggle room or anything that would be unpredictable. And thus, we were building a tower that was just destined to fall if we weren't careful. But that is why the solution and the key, even in this season of what we are learning, is how to simplify. So going into Q4 of 2020, the fourth quarter, and going into 2021, look at your goals that you've written for yourself and start now on your goals to finish out the year and also for your goals for next year. Do not delay on that. Don't be the one who, it's December 31st, so I have to get something rushed together, or it's January and the year's already partially completed, so now I have to scribble something together. You're going to want to think through this. How can you simplify your goals and simplify your life to where you are able to have deep focus, laser vision focus on those things that matter most to you? And if we're honest with ourselves, those things that matter most to us are really the ones that are going to get us passionate to get out of bed, that are going to get us passionate to take action, that are going to allow us to be sustained by our why, even when the times get challenging. It requires radical simplicity. When you look at your fitness routine, where do you need radical simplicity? Where you look at your relationships, your dating process, your marriage, where do you need radical simplicity? With your parenthood and your parenting strategy, where do you need radical simplicity? In your business, where do you need radical simplicity? As an employee or an owner, where do you need radical simplicity? As your wealth building plan, where do you need radical simplicity? Your personal, professional goals, even outside of just the workplace. Maybe nonprofits you work with, or organizations you work with, or boards you sit on. Where is there a need for radical simplicity? You all, simple is not always easy. Far from it. A lot of times those things which are simple are actually harder to accomplish. Because think of how many times you tried to put a quick, easy band-aid on a particular challenge in life, and it only led to more complexities and confusion down the road. Whereas if you had just taken the simple route, though it may have taken a little bit longer, and you went the simple path, that you would have done something so far in advance to where you'd still be reaping the benefits of today. Wow, that's something to think about. It's the difference between trying to create a map that navigates through the forest. Sure, you could do that, but you'd have to do that every time, or wait until you learn the path, or take a little more time and carve that path through the forest to get to your destination, to where it took a little bit more time, but now you have a simple route to get there. All of our roads are the result of some carving that went on. Our buildings are modern day landscapes. So I want you all to think about that, to reflect on that. What ways can I use radical simplicity in my life? As I myself were going through my goals, I looked at last year's goals and I almost had to laugh at myself in a loving way, in a kind way to myself. Because I looked at some of them, and having matured a year later, and also having known about this current situation that no one could have predicted at that time, or none of us mainstream people outside of those who may have known, and I'll leave it at that. We realized and were humbled by the complexity of our goals. And I laughed now in hindsight and saying, okay, going ahead to 2021, I want to get anything dramatic out of the goals. Doesn't mean they're not interesting, doesn't mean they're not challenging. But any extra source of complexity or drama that would be unnecessary, I want to reduce those and trim that down to where I have destined simplicity, to where I can be like the laser beam that is shining rather than the scattered lamp. That is the difference in how you can accomplish those goals going into the year 2021. You all, the book is on the way and I'm so excited. See it before you see it. It's coming to Amazon in October, so keep an eye out for it. On ebook, certainly. And of course, the goal is to add paperback. And people are already asking me, will there be an Audible? We may just be able to accomplish that. So I think we could accomplish that, though the Audible may not be ready right away in October. But see it before you see it. I'll be posting the link below. If you're watching this in October, then check the link below because it may likely have already been released by now. As always, you all, keep being awesome. God bless. The Most High, may He be with you.